Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the BTM channel, and in today's video I am going to be giving you guys my top fantasy football starts for week 11. And yeah, these are the guys that you are definitely going to want to have it in your lineup this week. These are the guys that are going to win you guaranteed your week this week, so make sure you have these guys locked into your lineup. And without further ado, let's get straight to it. But before we get straight to it, basically how this is gonna be going is I'm gonna be starting with the teams that like the Cardinals, so like the A's, and I'm gonna be going to the Z's. So the Cardinals will be first, and then the Falcons, and down. You know what I'm saying, etc., etc. And also these are gonna be guys that obviously, of course you're starting Jamar Chase, you're starting all these, like you're starting Devontae Adams, guys like that. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be starting those guys. Because you got to start them, you know what I'm saying? But these are kind of the guys that are kind of more sleepers. So in a way, this is also kind of a sleeper episode. And without further ado, let's get straight to it. Alrighty, my first start of the week is Trey McBride of the Arizona Cardinals. This is a guy that got a lot of use. He's gotten a lot of usage recently, but he is especially this last week with Kyler Murray back. He got a ton of usage. He's gotten a ton of work from Kyler Murray. He was Kyler Murray's basically his favorite target last week. And now he goes against Houston, who is dead last against tight ends in fantasy points allowed. Trey McBride needs to be in your lineup this week. Next up I got is, this is a guy, again, I would assume most people would be starting. But if you are having any hesitations, you're going to want to start this guy this week. This is Mark Andrews of the Baltimore Ravens. He's been kind of on that kind of decline. He hasn't had great weeks recently, but now you're going against my Bengals, you know what I'm saying? Big game, obviously. But nonetheless, we are 30th against tight ends, and it seems like every time Mark Andrews plays us, he scores a touchdown. I don't know. It seems like it. It's really annoying. He scores a touchdown, and he usually has a pretty good fantasy day. So definitely want to start Mark Andrews against the Bengals this week. Next guy up I got is DJ Moore. So we got Justin Fields should be coming back. He's a guy, I would think about starting him, but I also like to kind of see how he does this week. I definitely think there's better options. But DJ Moore has a good matchup here against the Lions. They are 22nd ranked against wide receivers in fantasy points. They allow, you saw what Keenan Allen did last week to him. Like, he had 10 catches for 180. It was ridiculous. It was like he blew up. So DJ Moore, this has got to be a great opportunity for him. He should have a great week here against the Detroit Lions. Okay, so this next pick, I'm not gonna lie, this is a little biased possibly, but I don't know. This is just kind of my inkling here. I got Joe Burrow, okay? So obviously Joe, he's been up and down, but obviously as of late he's turned it on in fantasy. I think he is a must start this week against Baltimore. Of course, Baltimore's defense is insanely tough. But again, this, like I said, this could be a this is one of those picks. I just feel like there might not be that much stats to go against, but this is one of those games. As a Bengals fan, and the Bengals know it too, this is kind of one of those must-win games. You know what I'm saying? You got to win this game. Got to beat the Ravens. And I think Joe's got to have a very strong day. I saw him after the Texans game. He was shaken up pretty bad. And I've seen him like that before. And it's just like, I'm expecting a big game from Joe Burrow. We'll see what happens. Next guy up is I got Amari Cooper. This is a guy, like, he's been doing, he's so consistent at doing pretty solid, but it's like, I feel like he's always underrated. And Amari Cooper this week has a great matchup against the Steelers, who are 28th ranked against the pass. Cooper has been, pretty much crushing his fantasy projections. Like, they project him at like 11, 12 points. He's been being at like weeks on weeks in a row, and it's like, I don't know why he's always underrated, but nonetheless, Amari Cooper is a great start for this week. Next two guys, I got two guys up for this next one. I got the Lions running backs against Chicago. They are 29th ranked, they are 23rd ranked against running backs. And of course, it's a dynamic duo. It is a dynamic duo when you look at Gibbs and Montgomery. They've been putting up numbers week in, week out. This is another good matchup for them this week, as well as I also got on my list Sam Laporta, another Detroit Lion. He's going against the Bears, of course, and they are 29th ranked against tight ends. So again, this is another great tight end matchup. If you're thinking about putting him in your lineup, please do so, because he has another great lineup or a great matchup this week for him, where I would expect him to have a lot of points this week. Next guy up is I got CJ Stroud, man. I mean, he's a real deal, man. I got to give it to him. He's a real deal. And they are playing the Arizona Cardinals, who allow the 27th most fantasy points to quarterbacks. And so you saw what Stroud did last week. Unfortunately, I had to watch that. It's terrifying. It's one of the worst one of the most traumatizing afternoons of my life. But anyways, he's got a great matchup here against the Cardinals. I'm expecting him to have a very good day. And yeah, you definitely want to get him in your lineup. Next guy up is I got Christian Kirk. Just another guy. Some people would probably be starting this guy, but he's got a great matchup here against Tennessee, who is 26th ranked against the pass. This is just a great matchup for Christian Kirk. He's clearly the wide receiver one in Jacksonville. You're going to want to start him. Okay, and then this guy again, this is another guy I would expect you to start, but again, please get this guy in your lineup. TJ Hawkinson, been a target hog. Just been getting tons of catches. He had so many catches last week. I think he had like 10 plus catches last week. And now he is going against Denver, who is 31st ranked against tight ends. Again, these tight end, there's a lot of good tight end matchups this week. And you're going to want Hawkinson. If he wasn't already in your lineup, I just want to validate that you can feel confident putting this guy in your lineup, because he's got to have a big day. Then next up is I got the 49ers receivers, a.k.a. Brandon Ayuk, Debo. They're playing Tampa Bay, who has allowed, I believe it was like the most passing attempts in the league or something, like one of the most passing attempts in the league. So they're going to be passing the ball a lot against Tampa Bay. And they are also 29th ranked against receivers in fantasy points. So this is a great matchup for Debo and Ayuk. I think they're both going to have great days. My last must-start sleeper, whatever you want to say. Hey, this guy's definitely not another sleeper. This is just another must-start guy. This is Terry McLaurin. Had a down week last week. He hasn't been fantastic all year, but he's going against Washington. My bad. He's going against the Giants. They are 30th ranked against the pass. I mean, Prescott put on a clinic last week against them. And yeah, I would definitely expect Terry McLaurin to have a very, very monster day on Sunday. And that is going to do it for the video. Let me know if you guys got any other starts you guys think I should have included in this video. And without further ado, I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.